Welcome to part 7 of making my dress for the Eras tour. We left off with a finished dress base, and now it was time to add the ribbon to see how the ruching looked and figure out how to add some lace. And it wasn't really looking how I wanted it to. It felt a little too long and the shape wasn't quite right. So I was playing around with it and thought about pinning up the sides to give it a little more of that draping effect. So I pinned the sides up and that looked a lot better. I still wasn't sure if I liked the lace, so I tried a second one that was a little more delicate looking, but I wasn't really feeling that either, and I asked you guys in my stories and you all agreed. So we're going with the original lace. But first, I needed to figure out what to do about the back because pinning it up created extra bulk, so I decided to cut some of it off. It's always scary cutting into a finished dress, but once I did it, it looked great. Then I could finally attach the lace after about a week of all this contemplation and figuring it out, and the plan was to sew right sides together, flip the lace down, iron that, and then sew a top stitch so that it lays flat. This is how sewing the lace looked real time. I wanted to go very slow and deliberate because there's only a small area I can sew along the edge of the lace. Whenever I'm ironing this fabric, I have to be very careful with the little silver specks because they will come off with the heat of the iron, but it was all good and I finished with a top stitch and it was so nice to be done with that. Finally, we're on the last step of constructing the dress, which is bustling the sides. I forgot to film it, but all I did was measure evenly on both sides where I wanted to bring the fabric up to the top and then just use a hand needle to secure it with a few stitches. I switched out the temp ribbon for the official red velvet ones, and the dress is complete. Next, we're rhinestoning and making the biker shorts.